Hello everyone, it is 2021 WT Partnership Taekwondo Program. It is all about the Korean culture, lectured by Johan Cho. I'm happy to see you guys again. I've been, teaching these lectures, Korean language and culture, several times. But this 2021, summer, I'm happy to teach you guys. I'm happy to share you guys these Korean cultures. I wanna, share contemporary, Korean cultures. So I hope you guys enjoy this, lectures. And if you have any questions, just text me or chat me, and I can reply to you guys. I wonder if your country is okay for the COVID-19. Is getting serious or it is getting better, or I'm kind of curious about your health or conditions. In Korea, we still problem or struggling with the COVID-19, but it is getting better since people get vaccinated. But many people wants to get vaccinated, but it's not all of them. I'm 40s. I can I need to wait for the vaccinations. But both of my parents already got vaccinated. So I think I'm gonna get vaccinated in maybe August or September. Okay. So well, one thing I want to share you guys. I watch PGA golf. I like playing golf, and I also watch golf. But last night I watched the PGA Championship like a golf, and I was kind of shocked because there are many galleries in the field, and I also they don't get a mask at all. So in Korea, everyone get a mask. Okay, so if somebody don't wear the mask, it's illegal. It's gonna be fine for them. So I was kind of shocked. I hope in Korea will mask free soon. Okay, so uh, I have been teaching this class since 2017 in Muju Taekwondo 1 in class, and we communicate I and the lecturer and the students. But this time unfortunately we need to contact online. It's just sometimes it's uncomfortable, but sometimes it's good because we can we don't waste time for flying in Korea or something. But maybe you guys want to come to Korea because you're like a taekwondo, so you want to experience Korean culture, Korean food, Korean watching some Korean cities, something. But unfortunately not now. But I hope next year will be will be fine. Okay, but I try to be my best in a show or in a share Korean culture. Okay, so let's enjoy. Okay, uh, I work at university, and it is summer vacation starts already, but during the semester I didn't teach like a face-to-face class lecture, but half of them online and half of them in class, like a blended teaching we do. But it's getting better. Okay, some at first we are not familiar with this online technology like Zoom or some of this technology, but I and students getting accept that accepting this the technology, and now it is kind of more convenient than face-to-face lecture sometimes. All right. Okay, let's go. uh I live in Gwangju. We in Korea. Maybe I explain a little bit. In Korea, we have Seoul metropolitan, Seoul, capital of Seoul. Capital of Korea is Seoul, and we have six metropolitan cities like Incheon, Daejeon, Gwangju, Busan, Ulsan, Daegu, something like that. And I live in Gwangju. It is, very south of Korea. But the capital, Seoul, is very up, the north and west side. So, but I cannot, show or introduce Gwangju, but Seoul, I think you're interested in. So I focus on more in Seoul, and okay, we'll see. I want to share some video clip. Let's watch it.
Welcome to Seoul, the capital of the Republic of South Korea. For decades, the city known as the Miracle of the Han kept its head down, barely raising a ripple as the country rebuilt in the decades following the Korean War. Today, Seoul has re-emerged as an economic powerhouse and the epicenter of Hallyu, a Korean wave of culture that is sweeping the world's smartphones, food halls, and dance floors. But Seoul wasn't always so outgoing. In the 14th century, a 12-mile fortress wall encircled Korea's ancient capital. Its gates closed each night to keep marauding Siberian tigers and invaders at bay. Since then, the city has spilled out far beyond and above its great city gates and guardian mountains. 21st century Seoul is a city where glass and steel towers and the ancient curves of palace roofs coexist. It's a city where the brushstrokes of the past and contemporary public art tell stories of tradition and inspiration. Coming to grips with Seoul's incredible size and sweeping narrative can be a little daunting. So start your adventure at the K-Style Hub, a state-of-the-art visitor center where South Korea's past, present, and future converge. From the latest in K-pop to its timeless national parks. From the cutting edge of K-design to culinary traditions which have taken centuries to perfect. And while you're here, why not slip into the traditional dress? Dressing up hanbok style doesn't just put you in touch with Korea's proud past, it also gives you free admission into many of Seoul's most revered historic places. At the head of Gwanghwamun Square sits the gleaming statue of Sejong the Great, the 15th century Joseon dynasty king, whose reign oversaw a golden age of literature, science, and technology. The great leader sits before the grandest of Seoul's 5 royal palaces, Gyeongbokgung, the Palace of Shining Happiness, a residence of Joseon dynasty rulers. From the late 1300s until 1910, the palace has endured fires, invasion, and wars. Wander through the palace's ornate gates, pavilions, halls, and throne room, which, in accordance with Confucian principles, are perfectly balanced by the simplicity of the pine-covered mountain backdrop. Take a short bus or subway ride to the east to explore the adjoining palaces of Changdeokgung and Changgyeonggung, which are separated by a simple stone wall. In the tranquil confines of Changdeokgung's secret garden, sit for a while by the pond, where kings once paused from royal duties and dramas to write poetry beneath the ginkgo, walnut, and plum trees. To the south, at Doksugung Palace, See the changing of the guard, which takes place 3 times each day. Then explore the eclectic mix of palace buildings, such as the Pavilion, where coffee-loving King Gojong enjoyed his daily cup, paving the way for his country's future caffeine obsession. Just to the west is the last of Seoul's great palaces, Gyeonghee-gung, a royal refuge in times of unrest. After exploring Seoul's vast temple complexes, see how government officials and ordinary Koreans once lived. At the Namsangol Hanok village, ancient buildings and traditions have been preserved in one of the most scenic and tranquil areas of Seoul. To see how Seoul's citizens furnished their homes, visit the Korea Furniture Museum in Songbuk-gu. Here, over 2,000 exquisite pieces of practical craftsmanship are displayed within 10 traditional houses. The story of Korean craftsmanship continues at the National Museum of Korea, which houses national treasures such as the 10-story pagoda and priceless white porcelain from the Joseon era. But it's in Seoul's busy streets where the past and present really rub shoulders, and where the two Korean loves of shopping and food go hand in hand. Close to Seoul's Great South Gate, step into Korea's largest marketplace, Namdaemun Market, where locals have been bargaining hard for over 600 years. If you're looking for beauty products, join the 1 million shoppers who stream into neighboring Myeongdong each day to hit the 1,000 cosmetic stores. And when your head starts to spin, take a snack break. From lobster tails to foot-long ice creams, the options here are limitless. A few blocks north is Insadong, where you can disappear for days amid the labyrinth of antique, curio, and craft stalls. While just a short bus ride away at the Dongdaemun Market, you could spend months browsing the fashions on offer in the area's 26 malls and 30,000 specialty shops. Blow the dust off old wares and vintage bargains at the Gwangjang Traditional Market. Then treat yourself to some of the best Korean pancakes in the city. If you're a seafood lover, cross the river to the futuristic Noryangjin Fish Market, where the skillful vendors at 700 stalls sell, slice, and cook every kind of seafood imaginable. Looking for some Gangnam style? Head just upriver to the Samsung-dong, whose exclusive boutiques and wide boulevards have made it the Beverly Hills of Seoul. But it's not all bling in Gangnam. You'll find plenty of bliss here too. Pass through the Gate of Truth and spend a few hours in the wooded surrounds of the Bong Eun-sa Buddhist Temple, a peaceful antidote to the fierce pace of Seoul's shopping. Seoul is filled with quiet spaces. Also in Gangnam, stroll past the stadiums and museums of the 24th Summer Olympics at Olympic Park. Across the river, relax with locals amid the leafy glades of Seoul Forest. While just downriver, enjoy the ponds and playful sculptures at Yongsan Park. Namsan is one of Seoul's guardian mountains, marking the southern limit of the ancient capital. The city has long since grown around it, and today the mountain has become one of the city's favorite green getaways. At Namsan Botanical Garden, follow the winding paths through fields of wild flowers and pine forests. Then hike or take the cable car to the peak and take in the sweeping views from the old city walls or from Seoul's iconic tower. Running right through the busy heart of downtown Seoul, another landmark has also been given a new lease on life. After centuries of neglect, Cheonggyecheon Stream has been transformed into a 7-mile corridor of serenity and creativity. Take time out just a few feet from some of the city's busiest streets. In a space so quiet, you can sometimes hear the sweet sounds of birdsong and whispering lovers. Leave the bright lights and noise of the city even further behind, amid granite-studded peaks of Bukhansan National Park. Take the 45-minute subway ride from central Seoul and spend the day hiking through the crisp mountain air, past ancient temples and rushing streams. Just 55 miles from Seoul is another day trip which will give you pause for deep reflection. The truce village of Panmunjom. After 3 years of brutal warfare, it was here in 1953 where the armistice was signed between North and South Korea. From the observation post, look out upon the eerie silence of the DMZ, the 2.5-mile-wide buffer zone that separates the two Koreas. Yet despite the tense atmosphere here, there is also a prevailing sense of hope. On returning to Seoul, spend a little time at the War Memorial of Korea to truly appreciate the scale and trauma of the Korean War, a conflict that tore a country in two, involved 22 nations, and cost millions of lives. Besides displaying all the usual machinery of war, above all, this is a place of remembrance, longing, and determination. When the sun gets low and the city lights up, locals gather on the banks of the Han to see the Bampo Bridge erupt in waves of water and light. It's in moments like these that South Koreans reflect on life's possibilities and are reminded that they are capable of anything they put their minds, imaginations, and hearts to. And so, the miracle on the Han is certainly proof of that.
How about this video clip? I think you like to travel to Seoul in Korea. Maybe it inspires everyone to come to Korea, visit Korea. So I have a question, quiz. Do you know how many people lives in Seoul? Do you know the population of Korea? It's not exact number, but approximately 15 million lives in Korea, lives in Seoul, maybe out of maybe 55, 60 million the Korean populations. So 1/4 people live in Seoul. How imagine crowded in Seoul. So whenever I visit to Seoul, it's so crowded, so many people. So I'm personally I don't want to visit Seoul, but most of tourists, foreign tourists wants to come to Seoul. As you can see the video clip, this is why, because if you come to if you visit to Seoul, you can enjoy all the style palaces, all the style food, traditional village, and also you can experience modern style building, amusement park, or if you want to climb or hiking, you can do it. And if you come to traditional market, and then you can visit it and experience Korean traditional foods. And also if you want to know about more historical things, and then you can come to museum and memorial park, or you can come to DMZ like a Panmunjom and everything. So it is not the one thing, but it's kind of complex, not complex. It is mixed it. Right? So if you come to Seoul, you can enjoy everything at once, but it's crowded. So many people comes to Korea, Seoul. All right. So imagine that traffic. Oh, terrible! I don't want to drive in Seoul. Terrible. So I think this video clip is kind of best video clip for introducing Seoul. So actually in this PTP, during the PTP we go field trip, but now we can go field trip. So I want to introduce some landmark in Seoul or in any city in Korea this time. Okay. Okay. Do you like visit to good restaurant? Of course, yes. Right? You want to eat or taste good food. That's right. But if you need to like a wait long time for the food, how about you? What's your make decision? If you want to wait for 1 hour, or oh no, I can't, I'm hungry, I need to eat it right away. So in Korea, especially tourists, is kind of crazy about seeking good restaurant. Okay, so in Korean people wants to travel to other province, and then you just search your smartphone. Oh, what's the good restaurant in that city, and then visit to there. Okay, the purpose of the travel is finding good restaurant and try to taste that. Okay, can you see that the picture? There are long line. People wait for the their turns. Just this is one of the restaurant, but we have a lot of restaurant like this. I want to introduce one program. Its name of program in the variety show is 골목 식당. So can you see two guys and one woman? They try to find the the restaurant, normal restaurant, and then visit there, and then try to taste it. Usually bad. The taste is very bad, but they try to find why, the reason. Okay, and then the guy guide them the restaurant to be better. Okay, and then after people watch that program, and then the people, Korean people, wants to experience, want to eat up how the food is good. Okay, so these kind of pattern is kind of normal in Korea, especially women. I don't understand why the ladies wants to eat delicious food, even though they're waiting for like 1 hour or 2 hours. Okay, but these kind of things in Korea happen usually. How about your countries? Your countries, same thing happen? So the crazy about seeking good restaurant in Korea, people do that. And also, especially ladies, crazy about good food. So again, people go to good restaurant and eat up. But if I go to restaurant with my wife, and then food comes up, and then I try to eat it up, then my wife, stop! No, 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 wait. We need to take a photo for the food. I don't understand. But people, especially women, do that. And then upload Instagram or Facebook or kind of, sort of SNS. Okay? And also, that shows that okay, I that under meaning, people wants to showing up. I've been to that good restaurant. Okay, the taste is not that, even sometimes it's not that good, but they want to show up. Also, people like Korean people, especially women, travel to somewhere good spot and then take a selfie photo a lot, and then upload Instagram or Facebook. That's the pattern of Korean people. I mean, tour pattern. I'm not sure why, but that things happen in Korea a lot. I think your country is the same as Korea, maybe not. Okay, let's watch one more video clip.
Have you ever?
Hey, look, that's North Korea over there.
So peaceful.
Isn't it such a beautiful...
Wow, and the refill free?
Keep you cool at night when you sleep.
Like this.
Have you ever felt the comfort of sleeping on the floor? Imagine the past and present of Korea. Imagine.
Yeah, as you can see the video clip, you can experience past and future in Korea. As you can as you saw that video clip, you can experience Korean traditional house. It's called hanok. Okay, so this is not normal modernized hotel, but it is real old house. You can sleep there as a hotel. Okay, and also one more interesting thing is the foods in Korea. We have many side dishes. Okay, that's kind of free. Most of side dishes free, but the main dish is not free, but side dishes kind of, maybe 10 different side dishes in one meal, so you can refill that if you want. Okay, where to go? I want to introduce DMZ. Panmunjom is located in demilitarized zone. DMZ is north of Korea. Okay, 50 kilometers away from Seoul. So this is the area is between North Korea and South Korea. The first picture is, as you can see, the Korean military army, but the other side is North Korea. Okay, so this is interesting. Is the tunnel was discovered by South Korea actually. You know why the North Korean people make that tunnel? Just because they want to invade. They try to invade to South Korea, but with South Korean found it. Okay, so there are many things, interesting things. If you visit the DMZ, and then you can watch that, you can see that North Korea area with the the observation area. Okay, so sometimes I bring my international student to DMZ and see what happened in South Korea and North Korea, why what's going on in 1950s in South and North Koreans. So it is very good spot for foreign travelers, okay, to understand Korean historical civil war. Okay, and also Gyeongbok Palace, Gyeongbokgung, actually Gyeongbok Palace. I since back in 2017 and 18, maybe 19, we brought PTP students this Gyeongbokgung Palaces. It is most beautiful and remains the largest of all 5 palaces. Quiz here. What's the all 5 palaces? If you watch the video clip seriously, and then you can find it. Okay, Gyeongbokgung and the other 4 palaces. Find it. Okay, so if you visit there, and then huge palaces, huge, very huge. And also one more interesting thing is, if you visit to Gyeongbok Palace and then go straight in there, and then back back gate, I think it's just nearby Blue House. Blue House is the President Moon Jae-in in Korea stay there, like a White House. We have Blue House, so you can see that. Okay, so Gyeongbokgung Palace is very, very famous for the foreign tourists. Okay, and also you can see that guide changing a day, 3 times a day, so you can enjoy that also. Okay, in Seoul. As I mentioned, the old style, hanok. You can enjoy also hanok. If you want to, stay there, and then you can stay one night, and also experience, Korean traditional food with, various, side dishes for free. Actually, I said. And also, if you come to, if you visit the Bukchon Hanok village, and then you can rent, you are able to rent Korean traditional clothes. What's that? Hanbok. You can, rent the hanbok and wear the hanbok and go around the Hanok village, and then you can take a photo and enjoying. Okay, so many tourists visit there, so you should go. You must go there if you come to Korea. Okay. One more thing, Insadong. Insadong is located in heart of the city. Whenever I want to buy some old stuff, I visit to Insadong. For my case, I often go to overseas, but for the business trip. Then I need to buy something old one, the traditional things. Then I visit to Insadong and buy something for my foreign people and students in like a Vietnam or something. And then it is very traditional and something good. Also, you enjoy the restaurant and tea house and cafes in Insadong. Okay, and also if you want to go to galleries, there are many 100 galleries in Insadong, especially traditional Korean fine arts. You can see that. Okay, so Insadong is very famous traditional galleries and stuffs you can buy it. Okay, let's watch one more video clip.
Have you ever?
Everybody like you, your lips. Everybody like you, your smile, baby. I want just your blue eyes, my sweet hello, baby.
Wow, this is my face.
She's so sweet, so fine, so high, baby, you're mine. Everybody like your lips. Everybody like your smile, baby.
Oh my God,
I
so
want just
stop.
your blue eyes, my sweet hello, baby. She's so sweet, so fine, so high, baby, you're mine.
예뻐, 예뻐. Oh my God, this already worked. It's
My sweet hello, baby.
this dress.
Have you ever gone shopping at 4 a.m.?
She's so sweet, so fine, so hot, my baby's mine.
Imagine Korea's hottest trends. Imagine your Korea.
Alright, one more landmark, Namsan Seoul Tower. As you saw the video clip also, Namsan Seoul Tower was the first tower type tourism spot in Korea. Actually, it's called Namsan Tower, but it's different name now, Seoul Tower. But Namsan Tower, the old back like it was Namsan Tower, but now it's called Seoul Tower actually. All right, so I brought PTP students to the Seoul Tower and then go up there and then watch the the Seoul all around Seoul. Okay, the tower was first established as a broadcasting tower to send out TV and radio signal in 1969, but as of now it is very famous representative landmark and multicultural venues in Seoul. So many people, many lots of tourists visit there, and you can see the right side the rock and their wishes in the rock, and then put that in. Okay, all right, so it is very good, especially at the night time. You can see good scenery if you come to there. Okay, Itaewon Street, the one of my favorite spot in Itaewon Street. The reason why I like to visit to Itaewon is kind of mecca of shopping and dining and multicultural things you can experience. So if you are too big, like too tall, okay, if you are too tall and too big, you cannot find any size fit clothes or shoes or something, then you need to visit to Itaewon Street. All right. There are many, you know, the foreign, the many. There are many stores, you know, clothes, you know, shoes, you know, stores for foreigners, which means, you know, there are big size, you know, shoes, you know, size of in shoes, so you can find it. All right. So actually, that's Itaewon is after the U.S. set up a military base in Korea during the 70s. Many foreigners stationed at the base settled nearby Itaewon area, and then naturally developing the region into a market district catering to foreigners. Okay, so still, like the foreigners living, the countryside, not so, but they want, if they want to, eat their, home food or something, then they visit to, Itaewon and enjoy that food and, things. All right. Lotte World Tower and Mall. So Lotte World Tower was designed with the conceptual design drawing inspiration from Korean ceramic and Korean writing bushes. I don't know what they on, but the Lotte World Tower is tallest ones. Okay, tallest one, and fifth tallest building in the world. Okay, and also nearby that Lotte tower, there is a Lotte amusement park. So if you want to enjoy, or if you want to experience amusement park of Korea, you can visit it. Okay, and also there are big huge mall, and then you can enjoy shopping. All right. Okay, this is not Seoul, Busan. Have you heard about the Busan? Busan is second biggest city in Korea. It's very south, and the first picture and second picture is Gwang'an Bridge, Gwang'an Daegyo. It's over 7.4 kilometers. All right. It is longest bi-level bridge. You know what the bi-level bridge? The upper level and down level in different ways. All right. So, and then also it is very beautiful of LED lights at the night times. So you can visit to Busan. You need to visit to Busan and visit to Gwang'an Bridge, Gwang'an Daegyo. Okay. I like to visit to Busan for what? For eating fishes. Okay, fishes. Beside Gwang'an Daegyo, and there is a famous spot like Haeundae or Gwang'an Lee, and there are huge the fish stores, fish markets, and then you can buy some good fishes with cheap money. Okay. Okay, let's watch one more video clip.
Have you ever? Have you ever received a spa fare like this? Imagine a different level of Korean-style healing. Imagine your...
Okay, let's go to Jeju. Okay, do you know the Jeju? Jeju, we have big beautiful island Jeju. In Jeju, there is Seongsan Ilchul Bong Tough Corn. Okay, so as you can see the pictures, there is a huge tough cones, rose 180 meters above sea level. Okay, so you can climb there, like a trekking there up to the the tough corn, and then you can see the whole huge beautiful sea. Okay, and also if you up there, and then you can see a large island, which is Udo Island. Okay, Udo Island. Also, the tough corn area was designated as a natural reserve 2000, July 19. Okay, which is very beautiful, very very beautiful. So I hope you guys. I recommends this Seongsan Ilchul tough corns. So this part you can enjoy like a big cities and huge the old style Korean traditional food palaces, but also you can spend your time with healing in Korea. So whenever I visit to Jeju Island, I definitely go to Seongsan Ilchulbong Tough Corn with my little baby, like a 3 years little baby. I definitely bring them to the top, which is very very good experience for me and my son. So I strongly recommend you come to Seongsan Ilchul Tough Corns. Okay. Whoa. In Jeju, beside the Seongsan Ilchulbong Tough Corns, Hallasan, Halla Mountain, Halla National Park. Okay, Halla National Park, like a Halla Mountain, which is tallest highest mountain in Korea. So you can enjoy that. Okay, so Halla mountain is famous for its vertical ecosystem of plants that result from the varying temperatures along the mountain sides. Okay, over 1,800 kinds of plants and 4,000 species of animals have been identified. So if you hike from down to the top, and then you can see various the plants because of temperatures. Okay, so I recommend, if you like to trekking, then definitely I recommend Halla Mountain, Halla National Park. All right, this is designated as a national park in 1970. There are 368 parasitic volcanoes called Orum. So which is Orum is, just imagine that, just small hill, a lot of small hills around Jeju. Okay, made by parasitic volcanoes, like volcanoes. So it is very beautiful. Oh, this is our town, like a Juknokwan. It's called Juknokwan Bamboo Garden. It's very nearby my towns. It's a Damyang. Juknokwan is in Damyang. It's bamboo forest cultivated by the town of Damyang. So if you visit to Damyang, you can enjoy the bamboo forest. All right. It is very good for your health, and then you can enjoy your time with healing. Okay. It takes about an hour to tour around the entire garden, and to enjoy night works. The lights are turned on in the evenings in the bamboo forest, so you can enjoy it from day to night. All right. And if you visit to bamboo, like a Jungno-won, you can enjoy pork chop, really, delicious pork chop in Damyang. It's a Damyang, pork chop is really tasty. So don't miss it if you visit to Jungno-won. Okay. Okay. This is my lecture for today. I tried to show some video clip and some information of landmark in Korea, but I think it is not enough for you guys. But if we have class in classroom, then we can discuss or communicate, or you can ask me or something and reply to you guys. But I think it is still limited. Okay, but hope you guys come to visit to Korea soon, and we'll travel together, and then I will be guide for you guys. All right, thank you for listening my lecture. All right, thank you, bye.